Hey, welcome to Codex Gateway. In this video, I'm going to show you how to install multiple version of PHP in Ubuntu machine. I'm using Ubuntu 22.04. After installing PHP, I'm going to use htaccess to make sure to use different type of version by changing using htaccess file. Then I will show you how to install various virtual host with a different PHP version. Okay, so here I'm going to show you. I'm going to install with the command. Okay, apt-get install to update your common. So I'm going to give like a password. So it's installing now. Software property, common software properties. Then we need to update a repository, PHP repository using command. Actually, in the system there is no PHP actually. So once installed a common property, we have to add a PHP repository. So this is a command to add a PHP repository with your Ubuntu machine. So give enter. So you need to update your system. So automatically this data in PHP repository will be going to collect actually from remote system. Now we can start install PHP version. So here I'm going to use first I'm going to use 5.6 the command. So with a few default extension. So this will install Apache as well. It will install necessary in extension. So now I am installing 5.6. So you can see the status of yours. You can see the status. So we'll see the status of this one. This is running now. Okay, that is fine. Then we have to, okay, we can check whether this particular version has been stored in location. So we can see first PHP location is Apache location here, var folder, www and HTML. Okay, so I have to make sure that whether it is running or not. Okay, localhost / enter. So Apache is ready, and then let me give a permission to create a cd/var /www /html. That's the default folder for that. I'm going to give a permission to create a PHP file, sudo chmod 7-r for recursive 777 dot slash current folder. Okay, so ls. So this is fine. I'm going to create a PHP info file inside this. So before that, I know there is an option to create a normal text file. Okay, on that right click. So for that, what we can do is we need to open gedit file, gedit. Okay. So for PHP file, so we can create some field. Okay, save it into location. Save it into location where so I'm storing into home folder. Okay, I'm storing this file into home folder and saved it. For that, once we done that, you can see there is a new document will come with a blank. So you can click on that, you can open it, and you can give a PHP info file. PHP info function to make sure whether this particular PHP is working or not. Okay, so blank dot PHP file. Okay, localhost / blank dot PHP file. So showing like a 5.6. Okay, so PHP file has been installed and then corresponding details are here. Now, okay. Now what we are going to do is we have to install like other version, one more version. So 7. I'm going to prefer 7.2. So we can install 7.2. The same way that what we did for PHP 5.6. Just give enter for this. After that 5.4 I'm going to install 8.1 and 8.2 also I'm going to install. Once installed, I will show you how to change or how to use your each version using htaccess. And then this one 7.4. After that 8.1. 8.0 also, if you want to install, you can install any version. Okay, I'm using specific version right now. 7.4 is installing. Okay, 8.1, then 8.2 also I can install. Just changing the changing that version. That's it. Okay, changing the version while install. That's it. 8.2. So once it's done, we have to check what are the versions are there. What are the PHP version installed in the system? For that, we need to run this particular command. Once it's done, that I will show you how to install. I mean, how to show list of installed PHP version. Okay, so that is done, and here I'm going to show you how to switch. Okay, so we can see that PHP version here -b. So we can see which one is the last one is installed is 8.2. So it is showing that particular thing, and then to change that default version here, you can run this particular command. Okay, sudo update alternative, and then here you can choose like which version you wanted to make it as a default. Okay, so this will work only for terminal mode, not for the Apache things. Okay, Apache things we have to change it some other options. Okay, that I will show you. So this is so suppose I'm going to change it to 8.1. I can give a number 4. That's it. Simple. So now PHP -v, you can see that 8.1 is switched into that. So these are all version are installed in your local system. So now we can go to check your PHP version. So it is default is like a 5.6 installed with the Apache. Default is considered like that. Now what we can do, we have to enable proxy here. Okay, and there is okay. So I have to restart the Apache sudo command paste and enter. Okay, that is done. Now what I am going to do, I am going to create a .htaccess file in this particular folder. So I can change this particular file name into info.php. So I am going to create a one file here. So I can copy this, I can rename into htaccess. Okay, so it's a hidden file. So I can use the control H. So I can also open editor. So here I'm going to give you one command. Okay, I'm going to give you one command to change your version of PHP. So I will mention these details in the description area. Okay, 5.6 I'm going to change it to 7.4. So that's it. This is the file we have to keep it in your I mean, this is a script, we have to keep it in .htaccess, and now we can run your PHP. So it is not working actually. So before that, what we have to do, we have to change configuration of Apache. There we have to allow that override option. Okay, so sudo /gedit or nano, you can use it, etc/apache apache2 apache2.config file. So once open this, so here you can see that there is option called a override option for www root folder. Okay, so you can see here this is a none, allowed override is none, so you have to change it into all. That's it, nothing else to do. Save it and close it. That's it, and just to restart your Apache 2. That's it. Now you can refresh it. File not found, blank page is not found now. Then you can get info.php. Now you can see 7.4. So now if I'm going to change this particular .htaccess file into 8.1, okay, so you can see now the version has been changed. So suppose if you wanted to keep a separate folder, for example 8.1, okay, so I'm going to keep this particular file inside this 8.1. The same way I'm going to copy and paste it here. 7.4. So just consider these folders are your project folder. Okay, 7.4, I'm going to say that 7.2, I'm going to change it into 7.5.6, I'm going to change it into 8.0, 80. Okay, so every file, if I'm going to change it, if I'm going to keep .htaccess file inside this 8.0, I'm going to give it like this one, 8.0. That's it. Okay, the same way that I'm going to use it for 7.4, 7.256. You can keep it like a 5.6. You can keep it as a 8.1. Then you can keep it into 7.2. Okay. So in this file, I'm going to change it to 7.2. Save it. And in this file, I'm going to change it to 5.6. 5.6, and then this file I'm going to change it to 8.1, 8 point, I think it is already done. 8.0, 8.1, okay, 8.1 also there. Okay, now you can see close without changes. Okay, fine. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to keep this particular file inside of each folder. 8.0, 7.2, 5.6. Okay, so just consider like all your files is inside this particular each folder, or just you can consider like each folder has this particular .htaccess file with their version. Okay, which version you wanted to use it, you can use it that. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to give it like a 5.6. Just to give it like a this one because it is default is this one, because in root folder I have mentioned 8.1 version. Okay, so now I'm going to use it like a this one 5.6 folder. 5.6 is my project folder. Just consider this is a 5.6 actually. Then 7.2, you can go to 7.2. It is not showing because whether it's okay. Let's see 7.2 whether we have installed or not. We have to check that. 7.2 actually. I have mistakenly given 7.2 actually. So I supposed to give it like a 7.2. I'm going to give it like a 7.2. Save it and close it. Okay, now if I'm going to refresh it, 7.2, that is fine. And if I'm going to 7.4 folder, so that's also same. So I have to change it 7.4. There's no 7.4 folder I have mentioned here. If you wish to use like 7.4 project, so I can change it into 7.4. Okay, so this 7.4 project I'm going to keep it inside. So I'm going to open it. Seven point four. That's it. Nothing. It's very simple. So you can get it like this one, and then if I'm going to give it like 7.4 and 8.0, that's also a problem. Let's see that that's also the same problem for this. So for every project you can keep it you can keep this particular file. I mean inside of each project. Probably you use htaccess in each project. So 8.0 I have given here. It's not working. Why? So 8.0 I didn't give. I have given 8.1. Okay, it's not 8.0. 8.1 I have installed actually. So I can 8.0 I have installed, right? Okay, let's see. 8.0 I have given 8.1 of that's it. Okay, so yes, that's it. So we can keep all the 8.1 actually. Here you can use it like 8.1. So 8.1 you can keep it as 8.1 also. So that's it. Okay. So as I mentioned that what are the versions are there? Apache configuration. 8.1 is there, 8.2 is there. Okay, 8.0 is not there actually. That's why that's a problem. And if I'm going to change it to 8 point instead of 8.2, so you can install the 8. This one also. Okay, 8 point depends like you can use like 8.2 also. Okay, so 82. So 82, for that what we are really supposed to do? We have to open this particular file and change it into A2. Okay, that's it. So A2 file, I'm going to select A2 here. So that's it. A2 is okay. So simply you can keep all your data file and then add this particular this particular code inside that. So this will convert. I mean, this will use your project. So make sure that this particular .html file should be there inside your folder or inside your project root or somewhere. Okay, that's it. Okay, now if you wanted to create a virtual host with a specific version of PHP, what we supposed to do it? Okay, so now what you can do, there is a location. Okay, let me show you. In the gedit, there is a folder in your location. There is a folder etc Apache 2. There is inside there is a sites. Okay, Apache 2 sites is available. Sites are there. So inside there is a default PHP. I mean the default site details are here. So just try to open it. So this is our default location of Apache 2. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy this particular file and then just keep it like a separate site for this. Okay. So before that, what we can do, edit your host. Sudo gedit. I'll show you only one version for this. Okay. So it's a host actually, not a host file actually. We have to open host file. Okay, not host file. Supposed to open host file. Other document. So it's a host file actually. Host. Okay, so just leave it there. So just open it and see it. host. So this is a host file. So here you can use new host name. So I'm going to use like a 2 or 5.6. You can see 5.6 is for 5.6 or 8.1. 8.1 8.1 is like a PHP 8.881. Okay, not local. So this where you have to keep it like keep this particular virtual host as 8.1 version. 7.4 I can use like a 7.4.local, so I can use it like a simply 7. So you can give it like a 127 is like a local host actually. So you can say that 7.4 you can give it, no problem. So either you can use like this location or this location, that's it. Okay, so 7.4 8.1 we can use it like a save it, that's it. Okay, now what we have to do, we need to create a host, site file inside your location. Okay, so I'm going to give it like, so site folder I'm going to create it 74.local.config file. Inside I'm going to create it. So I'm going to already have a code for this. I'm going to paste it. I will give you the detail how to get this lines. Okay, so here 8.4, so 7.4 is the local host. I can give it like this one, or I can anything. Okay, same folder also that you can give. So you can define your document root folder. Okay, you can define a document root folder. 7.4 is 7.4 is there. So override is all. So by overriding this particular things, as I mentioned, you can use a htaccess to change this particular version as well. Okay, so 7.4 is there. So make sure that this 7.4 also is working for this. That's it. So this is the virtual host file. Let's save it. Okay, I can create a one more file for the 8.1. So I can create a 7.4 and 8.1 location. Okay, 8.1 8.1 we can give that 8.1 but local. The same way that I'm going to copy the same code also. If you wish, you can use like the same code, then you can change all your details. Okay, all your details here. 8.81 dot local is location, so you can change it to 8.1, then you can change it to 8.1. All 74 has to change to 8.1, and folder has to be this one 8.1. Then override everything. So this is the root folder. Okay, don't forget. Then 7.4 I'm going to change it to 8.1. Okay, then 74 is a local 8.1, then 8.1. Okay, so is there any other 74? No. So 8.1 folder is my location folder. Okay, php. Okay, make sure that all the folders and details are correctly opened. Okay, so let me okay, fine, no problem. We see that. So 8.1 is a local folder something. So we need to create a folder like this inside your www folder. So that we will do it and save it. Okay. So let me make sure 7.4 has a correct path and details. Okay. 7.4 has local locations PHP 7.4. Okay. So that is perfect. So you can change the email address if you wish. You can change that too and save it. Okay. That's it. Save it. So 7.4 is there. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to restart your things. Before that, I have to create a root location inside your www folder. So it is created like a two virtual host. Okay, virtual host is created inside this. So I'm going to create a root folder for each. So inside this particular folder, so sudo chmod -r 777. I'm giving permission for whole for this particular W folder. So I can create a make directory, or I can create right click new folder php 74.local. The same thing, so copy and paste it. Then I'm going to give it like a php 8.1.local, 81.local. 8.1 is not there. So I can keep info file inside this. I'm going to keep a file inside this. I'm going to keep this particular file also inside this. Okay. So that's it. Okay, and there is not a .htaccess file inside this. Then okay, so that's not necessary right now. So I'm going to restart your Apache. That's it. Okay. Now we'll see. We'll check that whether it's working or not. Okay. So it's a 8 point is inside that. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, php 74.local I'm going to give. So this is also, this is inside that file. So local slash I'm going to info.php file. Yeah, look at it. Okay. So 8.1 is showing here. So let me make sure. Okay, we'll see. So 7.4 and then 8.1. I'm going to see that 8.1 is at 8.1. Okay. So 7.4 supposed to show it like a 7.4 file, but it's not showing. Let me see why, what's happening for this. Okay. Okay. So we have to see the file whether it's yeah. So we need to enable the site actually. Before that, we need to enable the site. So 7.4 and 8.1. Okay, 8.1, 8.1. So we need to enable site. Once created a site, we have to enable it. Then we have to restart your Apache 2. That's it. So now we can see now 7.4 has 7.4. So this is a virtual host for that. And then PHP 81.local slash info.php issues local. Okay, the file name is like info and the 8.1 or 8. Okay, 8. Okay, that is fine. 81.php I have given like a local php 81 path location is wrong. Local. Okay, so that's it. Local I'm going to give it 8.1. That's it. Okay, so these two are virtual host as I mentioned. So files you need to create it inside your site folder. That's it. And one more if you want to reselect one more thing, then I have to copy and paste it here, as I have to repeat the same process again. So if I'm going to select 8.2, so that's the local I have created. As I mentioned, what am I supposed to do? I have to create a site. Okay, so I need to create a site with the same command. So 7.4 I have to change it to 8.2 local, open it. Inside that I have to, it's like same thing, same code which I have used it for. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I have to use same code here. So this one I have to change it to 8.2, so that is not mandatory, but 7.4 has to change it into copy control H 8.82. Okay, so that's a replace all, and then 7.4 I have to change it into 8.2, copy control H 8.2, then replace. That's it. Okay, that's it, nothing else. So local is everything is installed perfect, and save it. And then as I mentioned, I have to enable site. Okay, enable site, you have to see 8.2. all right, 8.2.local. So you need to restart your Apache. That's it. So now you can see it will work for the 8.82 also. So now I'm going to give it like a 82 for local, 82, local is 7.43 is working. Okay, local. Oh yeah. So these particular things you have to mention in your host file as well, right? So this location also mentioned in your host file. So you can see now host. So there I have to give it like a host file because this location has to point it into that. So I'm changing. So I'm going to take a different one. So it's easy to understand. 8.2. So either you can use like that IP address or you can use like a this one. Okay, a2.local. Also save it and close it. That's it. Now I'm going to give it like a enter. 8.2 is there. Okay, so very simple. This is how to create a host 7.474. That's it. Okay, so version. This is a separate thing, and then local host is this one. I'm going to give it like a info.php. This is working based on .htaccess file, which you can see inside your HTML, or you can change it into this one. You can, if you want to delete it, you can delete it. By default, it is the 5.6 because it is installed with the 5.6 at the time of Apache. Okay, same first one. Okay, so it is changing it. That's it. So you can this way you can change it, as well as you can, as I mentioned, if you keep change if you keep that .htaccess, okay, something like anywhere because it's already overriding it. So I'm going to use it inside your 8.2. If I'm going to use it, it will override your condition. Okay, it will override your version. That's it. Okay, in 8.2 because it is overriding your location. That's it. If I don't want to keep it, it will keep it. That's it. So this is how to create a virtual host. Okay, I'll give you that link for your file what I have used and commands everything in the description. Okay, thank you so much.